Among the recent actions of President Trump to exaggerate the authority of the executive branch or the presidency, his most recent gesture is, or action, is to usurp the constitutional powers of Congress and take over the money apportioning function, which is an explicit constitutional role. And J.D. Vance, on the prospect that this is inevitably going to hit the Supreme Court, J.D. Vance is quoted President Jackson from 1832 saying, "Supreme Court has made its decision, now let them enforce it." In other words, Vance is advising the president to defy the Supreme Court. It's interesting that this precedent comes from a case called Worcester versus Georgia. And what it involves is the betrayal of the Cherokee people, who at the time had a ruling in favor of their sovereign ownership of lands in Georgia. Jackson wanted to betray that, tear it up, go back on his word, and instead evict the Cherokees, usurp and expropriate their property, and exile them 1,500, 2,000 miles away in some desert land in the distance. And in the bargain, by the way, they distributed smallpox soaked blankets in a conscious and deliberate effort to kill off the Cherokee people. So not only was it a betrayal of the word, and that treaties by the word of the government of Georgia in particular was going to just discard that, but also defy the Supreme Court's ruling on it. And so the moral provenance of J.D. Vance's quote about defying the Supreme Court, it should be noted, comes from one of the darkest sins of American history and of any republic anywhere. And it is as evil as any act conceivable. And this is where our Yale Law School graduate vice president derives his jurisprudential wisdom.